Hello there. Friday. Anomaly. I'm calling this one In the Old Days. So the second year I taught English. It was my first year teaching English, but the second year I taught. And in those old days, we didn't use computers in the classroom at all. It was paper grade books. It was calculations on a calculator. You didn't plug your grades into a program, you calculated them by hand. And the last day of school, we had these like carbon copy report cards. We hand filled out the report cards and handed them. We gave the kids a copy, and then a copy went to the office to put in their permanent records. I mean, it was wild in the old days. It's so strange to think of that now. I can't imagine. So anyway, that night, now the first year I got my grades done fairly well, fairly quickly. It was not wonderful, but it was done. The second year I was struggling to get them done for the last day. And I stayed up all night calculating them, and I entered them in my grade book, and I entered them on the grade cards, and then I went to sleep, and I slept through my alarm. Now, because I had taught in the math department one year and the English department the next, there was confusion over where I was sitting, because on that last day of school, the kids would come into this big all-purpose room, and the teachers would be arranged around the outside by department, and they would go to the different departments for their classes, look for their teachers, and get their grade cards. And so that last day, I was in bed when they opened the doors, and all the English teachers thought, oh, she must be sitting with the math people because she misses them. And of course, the math people, when they were asked, they said, no, of course she's sitting with the English teachers. She's an English teacher now. So there's this huge bunch of kids that come in right away, okay? It's huge. And they're looking for me. And the math teachers are saying she's with English, and the English teachers are saying she's with math. And so finally they figure out she's not here at all. And so they called my apartment. Oh my gosh, now this was before cell phones, okay? This was your wall phone rang. So they called my apartment, and I was so mortified. So I threw on my clothes and ran to school with all my stuff. And I got there, I guess it must have been 10 o'clock in the morning. You know, they'd been open for 2 hours, and the kids just mauled me. They mugged me. And I was the teacher that handed out her grades fastest. I did it fastest. I finished before everybody else because everybody was looking for me. So the principal, I had to report to the principal because it was the last day of class. It was the last day of school too. I mean, I had to do a bunch of stuff, so I had to report to the principal too for my, correction. And he wasn't awful. He was stern with me, but he wasn't unkind. He didn't humiliate me. He told me not to pull that again. And, I didn't. I didn't miss school very much. I didn't like missing school. I liked school. I wanted to be there. It was fun. Oh, looking back, I really did have a good time there. I didn't appreciate it, I think, as much as I should have. Looking back on it, I realize now that I was pretty well liked at that school. I mean, I wasn't the most popular teacher. I wasn't the most sought after, but, other teachers liked me, and the students liked me, and even my boss could tolerate me for the most part. That was nice. It was a nice way to start a career. I guess I should sit down and say thank you today to God about surviving such a foolish thing that I did. and being able to go on and have a happy career. Enjoy it. Like teaching, like the kids, like the other teachers. You know, I went through so many schools, not so many, but a few schools, and I was at different levels of popularity at each one. And sometimes the kids liked me the most, and sometimes the teachers liked me the most, and sometimes, you know, a few bosses even liked me. A few, not a lot, a few. It's nice to be liked. It's nice to be popular, but you know, in the end, it's not the most important thing about it. The most important thing really is the work. I suppose that's true for nearly every kind of work. It's nice to be liked, but it's even better to be successful. That's it for today. I hope you have a glorious rest of the day, and I hope you see me again, you gorgeous people.